Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to talk about characters who deserve better. And this time I will mention TV show characters as well as movie characters. These are going to be in no particular order, and please leave in the comments the characters that you think deserve better. For this, there are no specific reasons, just that I think that the TV show was not fair to the characters, that their endings were not great, that their lives were just pure suffering. Those are kind of the ideas for this list. There's going to be spoilers for the characters for the TV shows, so I will leave in the description below a list of the characters that I will mention just in case you don't want to get spoilers. And if you know all about these characters, I encourage you to leave me a comment with your thoughts if you think that it was unfair for them, just so we can discuss about these characters. If you enjoy this type of content, please subscribe to the channel. I upload videos about movies, TV shows, books, and sometimes lifestyle too. And now we're going to start. The first character that I have is Bellamy Blake from The 100. And if you know what's coming. Bellamy had amazing character development. He was a fan favorite. He was my favorite character probably from the show, or he is on the top 3 for sure. I loved him so much. And the way that the show ended his journey was just heartbreaking and mean. I don't know what else to say. I don't know how to describe this. I have talked about Bellamy and that plot of The 100 in other videos, and it has been a lot of years since I watched that episode, and I am still destroyed. The way that it was written and just the lack of Bellamy's character in the last season and then to end like that, I think this was the most unfair thing ever, and Bellamy Blake deserved better. The reason why he dies is just so blurred and messy, and the fact that Clark kills him is outrageous. I don't know how else to explain it. I just think that it was so unfair for the fans who liked Bellamy, for the fans who loved Bellark, because that was one of the main reasons why this was so hurtful. Why did Clark have to kill him? Why? And that's what happened. Like, I cannot see the show with different eyes, with a different vision, because that happened, and that is the biggest shadow on this show. I used to love The 100 a lot, and I still think it is one of my favorite shows, but not all of it, up till season 5, only because this was so disrespectful for me. I really felt betrayed and I didn't like it. This death, the way that it happens, and just all around Bellamy at the end of the show was so bad. I really think he deserved better, and we as a fandom deserved better. So that's why he's opening this list. Please let me know your comments, because I know a lot of people also hated this. And I'm glad to know that I'm not alone. Finnick O'Dair from The Hunger Games. Finnick was an amazing addition to The Hunger Games. At first, we see him as this mean, pretentious guy who is a favorite from the capital, and then the more we learn about him, the better it gets. He is amazing. He brings a lot of great energy to the group. He helps Katniss. He has a beautiful love story, and for him to die in this way so fast in the movie, it's so heartbreaking. I really think that he shouldn't have died. Like, that was just mean. And it was just there to break people's hearts, because I don't understand it. It makes no sense. I mean, of course, Peeta or Katniss weren't going to die, because that would have been way worse, but still, Finnick was very relevant. He was relevant for the story. He had his own arc and growth and a beautiful family, and all of that gone. I just think it is very sad and depressing, and I don't like it. I don't agree with that. I really want more on Finnick's story. I really want a book about Finnick, but for sure that is going to make the death and the ending for the character even more sad than it already is. John Locke from Lost. If you watch Lost, I think you know why Locke is here, because he suffered way more than everybody else. And I know Lost is a show in which all of the characters, or most of them, suffer a lot. They go through a lot and they change a lot. But Locke's life was just depressing. Every time that we learned something new about him, about his relationship with Helen, about his father who is the worst person in the world and who I hate a lot. He is one of the worst characters in fiction that I've known. Everything was just sad. And then on the island, Locke kind of realizes that he is happy in this way. He gets the feeling that he can do something else, something he wanted to do for years, to see how much he believes on the island because the island saved him. It is so pure and so great. And then after this, the way that he dies, killed by Ben, in a way of Ben making him believe that he could save everyone and then giving him hope and then killing him was just, it was too much. I still want to cry if I think about it because it was too much. But his story is just heartbreaking. Every time I think about it, I just think that it is so sad. The way that he lived with the pain in his heart of what his father did to him. He couldn't move on. And then on the island, and then the way he dies, it's just too much. I swear I cried with a lot of scenes from Locke, and I will still do it when I rewatch this show. But for sure, he is one of the characters that deserve better, that is at the top of my list. Bellfire or Neal from Once Upon a Time. I think that this is very unfair because the reason why I think he was off the show was because people prefer Emma with Hook. And that is so messed up. I think his character development was great. We see him as being a bad guy in Emma's past and the father of her son, the father of Henry. But when he comes back, he enters this beautiful yet kind of weird dynamic, family dynamic with him and Rumpel and Henry and Emma and Regina, and everyone is involved. And as you know what happened in the past, you kind of see this as a reunion. And it is not just a reunion. They literally say that they love each other, Emma and Neal, that they still love each other. You see this as a comeback, as a potential way of them being together again, being a family with Henry, and all of that just goes away because the fans wanted Hook with Emma because something had happened between them. But I do think that if they kept Neal on the picture, Hook was going to be even a friend for them. And I really don't like the way that they get rid of Neal because they make this episode in which he is in Rumpel's body and one of them has to live or die. And I know Rumpel is the bigger character here. He is the protagonist. He is the main reason this show exists. So of course they were not going to kill Rumpel, but the fact that they did this plot and that they wanted to get rid of Neal and how it happens, it's just sad and depressing. And he deserved better. He was amazing. I loved his character. I know not a lot of people loved him as much as Hook. I have to say I loved him more than Hook for sure, and that is an unpopular opinion, but it's the truth. So yeah, basically I didn't like how they get rid of him. I wished we could have seen more of them as a family and that dynamic. I think it would have been great to see how they forgave each other and moved on, even though the past was hurtful. But we didn't get to see that, and it is very sad. Rayna Jaymes from Nashville. I love this show, and I know it's not a show for everyone because it is a country music show about country singers, but I loved it. I loved it. And I loved Reina and her development and the fact that she was a great protagonist, a strong woman, a very determined woman. And then they kill her in a very just out of nowhere way. I think it was because the actress wanted to leave the show, but I mean, when that happens, it's literally so sad. But her character didn't deserve that. She died because of a car crash, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. And then she was in the hospital, and all her family was there, and she dies. That episode I remember was so depressing. And I think also the rest of the characters didn't deserve that. But to treat your protagonist like this, I mean, it's not like it's Game of Thrones. It was just a happy show, a drama, but a happy drama at the end because a lot of things work out. And for her to die like this was just depressing and sad and bad. And I just don't like it. I think in the last season, we have kind of a dream or something in which Deacon sees Reina and they are happy together. But overall, I think her character deserves so much better. It's not the same as in the other characters like Locke or Finnick or Bellamy. This was not as bad, but still, I didn't like it and I really wished it would have been different. Those are all the characters that I have for you today, but I have more characters for a part 2 and maybe a part 3 if you're interested. Also, please leave in the comments your pick for characters who deserve better. If you want to also write why you think they deserve better, go ahead. But please write spoiler warnings in that case, because of course I haven't watched all the TV shows in the world, all the movies in the world, and I also would love to know your choices. And that's it for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give it a like, share it with friends, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching this video. Here on the screen, I will put more videos for you to watch, and I will see you in the next one.